My boss fired me as a prank, but I decided to take it literally. I sipped on my latte in a cozy cafe as I listened to my boss scream at me over the phone. He kept repeating that I was lazy, worthless, and that he would destroy my chances at working for another firm. He was getting breathless, then screamed, "You're going to regret trying to take advantage of the company like this." I laughed. "Hey, you're the one who said, 'You're fired.' Maybe you should have thought twice about your alleged joke." Only hours earlier, I was frantically typing at my desk and trying to pull together a quarterly report that was assigned to me at the last minute. It was something that happened way too often. My boss, Rick, had a timeline given to him every 6 months from higher-ups that detailed what projects needed to be focused on and what their deadlines were. But every month, Rick overlooks something and then comes to my desk to throw a packet of additional work to do. To make matters worse, it was April 1st, April Fool's Day. Rick was known to use this day as a lazy excuse for bullying his staff. They weren't harmless pranks, like switching people's chairs or making a pot of hot chocolate instead of coffee. Some people came into work with their desks trashed. Others would find their lunchboxes tossed out the third-story window down into the parking lot. One of the worst things he did was rub roses against Susan's keyboard. Though Susan wasn't deathly allergic, the rose oil still irritated her skin enough that she had to go home and grab special medicine. That left me to pick up her half of our group report, as well as the last-minute work Rick gave me that morning. Then, Rick had the nerve to come back to my desk after lunch. He tossed down a file on my desk. "Hey, I need this edited and condensed into 2 pages max for the report." I glanced down at the due date scribbled on the outside of the folder. He wanted it done by today. I shook my head. "I can't get this done. You got time? Just get it done. Quit being lazy." Rick turned away. Something in me snapped when I heard lazy. I stood up. "Excuse me? I've been doing all the comparative graphs, almost all of the research, and all of the editing. I've been staying late almost every night because you didn't organize the workload. You just threw it all on my desk at the last second like you always do. And you have the nerve to call me lazy?" Rick rolled his eyes. "Would you stop being so emotional? If you need help, ask Susan. She had to go home because of your stupid prank." Rick wasn't used to any of us talking back because he was no stranger to firing people on the spot. I guess that's why I wasn't too surprised when he said, "Pack your things, get out." "Come again? You're fired." I stood there for a minute, feeling the eyes of coworkers watching me, but then I laughed and started to pack up my things. I hummed to myself as I deleted every file in my computer, deleted my work accounts, and shredded the papers on my desk I no longer needed. I then drove to the cafe I always told myself I would try, but never had the time to do so before. I had just sat down with my latte when Rick called the first time. "Where are you?" "In a cafe drinking coffee." "Are you stupid? I need the quarterly now. You fired me. Can't you write the 30-page report and have it turned into upper management by tomorrow?" Rick was silent on the other end for a solid 3 minutes. He then said in a calmer voice, "Come on, it was a prank. You're not actually fired." "Oh no, you fired me. There were witnesses and everything. I'm calling my cousin, who's an employment rights lawyer, tonight." "You're being ridiculous. And where did you put the packets? No one can find them anywhere." "The packets I was working on for 3 months? I shredded them." "Oh, and since I no longer work there, I deleted my accounts. So you'll also need to complete the other half-dozen projects you'd given me." I then hung up the phone. Rick continued to call and text me over and over, but I eventually stopped answering. We both knew there was no way the report was going to be handed in on time, and he would be the one answering to upper management. Only a few weeks later, I was scrolling through job postings and found Rick's old position. I applied, and now I start next week.